Yeshua was saying to the Yehudim, "Your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day, and he saw it and was glad." The Yehudim therefore said to him, "Thou art not yet 50 years old, and hast thou seen Abraham?" Yeshua said to them, "Amen, amen, I am saying to you, before Abraham became, I am being." They took up stones therefore to cast at him, but Yeshua hid himself and went out of the temple. Yohanan chapter 9. And passing by, he saw a man blind from birth. And his disciples asked him, saying, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, so that he should be born blind?" Yeshua answered, "Neither this man sinned, nor his parents, but so that the works of the God should be made manifest in him. It is being necessary for us to be working the works of the one having sent me, while it is being day. Night is coming when no one is being able to be working. As long as I should be being in the world, I am being a light of the world." Having said these things, he spat to the ground, and he effectuated clay out of the spittle, and the clay he anointed upon his eyes. And he said to him, "Be thou going away, wash thou in the pool of the Shiloah," which is being interpreted, one having become sent. He went away therefore, and washed, and he came seeing. The neighbors therefore, and they that saw him aforetime, that he was being a beggar, were saying, "Is not this the one sitting and begging?" Others were saying, "This one it is." Others were saying, "No, but he is like him." He was saying, "I am this one." They were saying therefore to him, "How then were thy eyes opened?" He answered, "The man that is called Yeshua made clay, and anointed my eyes, and said to me, Be thou going into the Shiloah, and wash thou. So I went away, and washed, and I received sight." And they said to him, "Where is that one being?" He is saying, "I have known not." They are bringing him, the one once blind, to the Perishayah. Now it was the Shabbat on the day when Yeshua made the clay, and opened his eyes. Again therefore the Perishayah also were asking him how he received his sight. And he said to them, "He put clay upon my eyes, and I washed, and I am seeing." Some therefore of the Perishayah were saying, "This man is not being from God, because he is keeping not the Shabbat." But others were saying, "How is a sinful man being able to be effectuating such signs?" And a division was being among them. They are saying therefore to the blind man again, "What art thou saying, thou, about him, in that he opened thy eyes?" And he said, "He is being a prophet." The Yehudim therefore did not believe concerning him that he had been blind, and had received his sight, until they called the parents of him that had received his sight, and asked them, saying, "Is this your son, who ye say was born blind? How then doth he now see?" His parents answered and said, "We know that this is our son, and that he was born blind. But how he now seeth, we know not, or who opened his eyes, we know not. Ask him. He is of age, he shall speak for himself. These things said his parents because they feared the Yehudim, for the Yehudim had agreed already that if any man should confess him to be anointed, he should be put out of the synagogue. Therefore, said his parents, he is of age, ask him. So they called a second time the man that was blind and said to him, Give glory to the God. We know that this man is a sinner. He therefore answered, Whether he is a sinner, I know not. One thing I have known, that being a blind man, now I am seeing. They said therefore to him, What did he to thee? How opened he thy eyes? He answered them, I told you even now, and ye did not hear. For what reason would ye hear it again? Would ye also become his disciples? And they reviled him and said, Thou art being a disciple of that one, but we, of the more sure, are we being disciples. We have known that the God hath spoken to more sure, but this man we have known not whence he is being. The man answered and said to them, Why, herein is the marvel, that ye have not known whence he is being, and yet he opened my eyes. We know that the God is hearing not sinners, but if any man be a worshipper of God, and be doing his will, this one he is hearing. Since the aeon began, it was never heard that anyone opened the eyes of a man born blind. If this man was being not from God, he was not being able to be effectuating anything, nothing. They answered and said to him, Thou wast altogether born in sins, and dost thou teach us? And they cast him out. Yeshua heard that they had cast him out, and finding him, he said, Art thou believing into the Son of the Man? That one answered and said, And who is he being, Lord, so that I begin believing into him? Yeshua said to him, Thou hast even seen him, and the one speaking with thee, that one is being he. And he said, Lord, I am believing. And he worshipped to him. And Yeshua said, For judgment came I into this world, so that the ones not seeing should be seeing, and the ones seeing should become blind ones. Those of the Parishayah who were with him heard these things, and said to him, Are we also, being blind ones? Yeshua said to them, If ye were being blind ones, ye would be having no sin. But now ye are saying, We are seeing, your sin is remaining. Amen, amen, I am saying to you, the one entering not through the door into the fold of the sheep, but climbing up another way, that one is being a thief and a robber. But the one entering through the door is being a shepherd of the sheep. To this one the doorkeeper openeth, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out. When he hath put forth all his own, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. But a stranger shall they certainly not follow, but they shall flee from him, for they have not known the voice of the strangers. This parable spoke Yeshua to them, but those ones understood not what things they were being, which he was speaking to them.